It has been 3 years since we have been hosting on Airbnb, and we have learned, oh my gosh, so much. We are going to be getting into the finance aspect of this and how much we made this year, and you're gonna wanna stick around because it's gonna be good. And if you are thinking about getting into Airbnb, you've been on the fence, you are an Airbnb host, you might learn some stuff from this video, the realities of what it's like, how much income you might be able to bring in.
If you're new here, we are Kristen and Michael. We purchased our home in 2021 and we've been documenting the journey since day one of moving out from LA and finding our dream rental property. And we have DIY'd, we have taken you through every step of the way of upgrading this home. And now we're going to tell you what it's been like. Let's get into what we've learned so far.
The first thing that I think that you and I have learned, and I've had to reprogram my brain about, when we first started, we started out with whatever furniture we had.
Yes.
We bought what we could with the money that we had, and in my mind, it was, how cheap can I get this furniture to make the most money?
Yeah.
But you and I have both learned
that is not what you should do.
That is not a good mindset to have when you are trying to maximize profitability, have a place that's photographable, feels warm and loved. Like, you're just not gonna get that from like really cheap furniture and really cheap things. Soap.
Like, oh my God, yeah. Just like the smallest thing. But as a guest in your place, you will realize.
And over the last year, in 2024, we have slowly, if you've been watching our channel, we have been slowly working meticulously to upgrade little things from like the decor we had.
Soap.
From the soap we were using, a bunch of furniture. We did a big makeover in our living room, patio furniture, the coffee pots.
Oh yeah.
Like all of that stuff. Yeah.
Obviously, it's revenue over ready was something that we learned when we started this whole thing. So that's really what we were doing. We were finding things on Facebook Marketplace, the best quality we could get for the cheapest, but there were some things we skimped on. And so we brought stuff from our own home, from our wedding registry. We brought our plates from Crate and Barrel, and those are these plates. Like we bought ourselves new ones eventually once we could afford it. And that makes me like emotional thinking about it. But you put what you can into the home right off the bat. So don't let us fool you. We were doing that, but we just realized how much more we would have made right off the bat had we saved a little more and been able to splurge right away on those big ticket items, like a really nice couch and bed or whatever it may be.
This realization came from us actually redoing our living room and realizing after we got a couple reviews about maybe our couch wasn't that comfortable. The guests can feel it when they're here. It shows in photos. Don't be afraid to invest in furniture that feels well made, items that are a little more upscale if you want the return on that investment. Now, if you're just going for a basic setup, you know it's gonna get booked, doesn't matter. But we are in a very oversaturated area and we have to compete in every aspect that we can.
Every aspect, to the nitty gritty. To the smallest of things.
Luckily, the one thing that we didn't skimp out on originally was beds. We have really nice beds and sheets. We've known that from the beginning.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you for clarifying that. We did not go cheap.
Yeah, we did not
on
go
the
cheap
beds
originally.
Ever.
Yes. And don't go cheap on the beds and the sheets because guests do not like that. Okay, the second thing that I think we have learned is how much wear and tear actually goes into the house. Over the last 3 years, we've had hundreds of guests staying in our house.
Hundreds of guests.
Staying here.
Yes.
And it's still standing.
I know, it's so weird.
Which was one of my biggest fears.
We almost had a fire today, so.
No.
Oh my God.
No. But we have had things like light on fire. Like but it's still standing. Things do have wear and tear.
Yeah.
We just tried to get a stain up out of the rug.
Like literally before we started filming this. There was a stain on the rug and I'm like, nope, okay.
Yeah. Your regular home gets lived in. Your Airbnb, your rental does get lived in. Little things do happen.
Yeah, we've had a couple vases break and like that's nothing too crazy. Like, and as far as nickel and diming guests, we would never do that for something like that or a broken glass.
Yeah.
It's one thing if they break every single glass in your entire house. If a glass or two gets broken, it's okay. Don't charge them for every little thing because reviews matter.
Reviews do matter.
And I have a friend Real quick, let me tangent.
Okay.
I have a friend who went to an Airbnb. She didn't stay at mine because we didn't have a hot tub yet.
Yeah.
She went down the street at a place a little more expensive that had a hot tub at the time. Before she left a review, they messaged her that she owed them $40 because she got makeup on one of their towels. This was prior to her leaving a review. Yeah. She left the nastiest review.
Yeah.
Because they asked her for the money before the review, whatever. So just be careful with nickel and diming.
Yes, that's not what we were talking about.
I know.
But that is a good point.
I have a tangent.
Yeah. On Black Friday, we just bought some new stuff. It's been 3 years we've been using the same pots and pans. We just upgraded our pots and pans to that. Duvet covers, we bought new duvet covers. And just little things like that over the years you will need to replace. It's not a one-time purchase like the home. You need to replace stuff like that. But the wear and tear hasn't been as much as I thought it was going to be.
No, and especially after having hundreds of people in our home. But we've also set our house up to not be a party place.
Yes.
And I'm sure there is plenty more wear and tear on a place like that.
And that sleeps hire people, because we sleep 4 right now.
Yeah, we were sleeping 6, but someone popped our air mattress, so we had to now sleep 4. And honestly,
it's just better.
It's better.
Yeah.
Less wear and tear, and like
less profit maybe, but less wear and tear.
In that same vein, reinvesting in your property is so important, especially for us here out in the Joshua Tree area. We are so oversaturated with Airbnbs. They're everywhere, and they are way nicer. And there are some that are less nice. And we were like, we need to stay competitive. We need to make sure that our house is up to par. So we have been reinvesting. When we are making that dough, we reinvest it. We got a new hot tub. We made this pergola. What else did we do? We made our moon garden out there, which was like a whole project in and of itself, year or 2 in the making.
We built a stargazing platform because we realized that people were coming out here to stargaze. So we wanted to make an area for that away from the home because we're on 5 acres.
Yes.
And we reinvested into, like we were saying earlier, we did a whole living room makeover.
We don't regret any of it. Our ROI has been, you'll find out.
So as you will see when we get into the numbers portion of this, why it's been important for us to reinvest. The economy has not been good this last year in terms of people spending extra. We noticed we traveled overseas over summer, so there was less people traveling locally, more people traveling broader. Yeah. So you'll see the importance that it's made to our return and our profits this year. If you have been watching our channel, you saw recently we hired a photographer to take photos of our home. We didn't hire just any photographer. We found the photographer that we loved of homes in the area that were top performing, that just looked beautiful. And previously, I know it's a no-no, but we tried doing a local photographer, and then I took the photos. I know my way around a camera. They were doing good for us, but we didn't realize just how great that investment would do for us. And it's been 1 full month since we've had those photos live, and we'll get into that later, but it was one of our best months ever, and we're so excited to move into 2025 with that invested money paying off for itself already.
It paid off in the first week, so just saying.
Yeah, yeah. So don't be like us. Don't skimp and think you can take your own photos. Mine were good. Trust me, watch that video. Mine were good.
Yours were great.
But the professionals were professional and great. Yeah. And you totally do not need to reinvest in your property if everything is going great, your bookings are great, and you are one of the top homes in the area. Great.
Good for you.
Yeah. Another thing we've learned over the years is just how much your bills can start to add up. When you have guests here, during the summer, they're running the AC, the hot tub shower, like all that stuff costs money. And so we are always looking for ways to get that cost down.
As Airbnb hosts, energy management has always been a big challenge, especially since we don't have central AC. That's why we're so excited to introduce you to the Boulder Klima, a smart controller and thermostat designed specifically for ductless AC units and mini splits. The Klima is made with premium materials like aluminum and tempered glass, so it looks as sleek as it is functional. The setup couldn't be easier. It took Michael less than 3 minutes. No wiring required, and it works with all brands of ACs. It's perfect for anyone, whether you're tech savvy or not. With the Klima app, we can set both real-time and historical energy usage, helping us track and reduce energy waste. We can also schedule the AC to turn on or off, even lock in settings to prevent guests from setting extreme temperatures, all from our phone, no matter where we are. Plus, starting in December, Klima will feature open window and location sensing capabilities, capabilities and adjust the AC to save energy. Since installing Klima, we've cut down on unnecessary energy costs while keeping our guests comfortable. And as Airbnb hosts, that's a game changer. If you're looking for an easy way to save money, reduce energy waste, and take full control of your home's climate, check out the Boulder Klima at shopboulder.com.
One of the reasons we've even known to reinvest, besides seeing the competitive nature of the area we're in, is by being guests in our own home.
Yeah.
Knowing the features that we would want while staying here that maybe we don't have yet.
Yeah.
So that's something that's really important. And also being able to learn and know your house from sunrise to sunset at night, different noises, the toilet may be running.
Different seasons.
Like
when we set this house up, we thought we were good to go. We came back out with some friends during this, the next summer, and we realized we had no shaded areas to sit because it gets windy here, so we didn't put umbrellas.
Yeah.
So we built a shaded area. So being a guest in your own home, although it might suck every once in a while to lose out on that revenue, a night or two, you'll notice things that are off. Things that might be broke that your cleaner wouldn't realize.
Yeah. The bed frame needing tightening. That's a reality of us guests or us hosts. So now that's something we know to look for when we're here, maybe quickly doing a little check on the home.
And that's probably something that a property manager won't realize.
Yeah.
If we weren't doing this channel and we weren't staying at our Airbnb as much, we still would come out every 2 to 3 weeks to check on our home.
Yeah.
And we would probably stay at least a night every month or two, just so that we can see if anything's wrong. Like Kristen said, one time we were here, we heard the toilet running, which was running up our water bill, which we didn't realize. A guest didn't tell us. Little things like that can go unnoticed and can make a big difference in the long run.
And also, like, your cleaner is your main person. I know we hammer this home like every video we do like this, but your cleaner is going to be the person that loves your home almost as much as you. No one's gonna clean your house like you would, and no one's gonna love your house as much as you do.
Yeah.
So
unless you don't love your house.
Yeah, unless you're just like, whatever, I don't care, it's just money, whatever. Then that's fine. Your reviews will show, and that's fine. That's your thing. For us, guest experience is so paramount, and those reviews are so huge. That's why that's so important to us.
So be a guest in your own home. Hot tub or not to hot tub? Because this was a big thing for us because it's a huge headache.
It could be a huge headache.
It could be a huge headache. Every time I've gone to a bachelor party and we've stayed at a place, the hot tub's broken for some reason. And so I don't know if it's just a thing in my head that I had that before, that it's gonna break all the time. That's why when we bought our hot tub, we made sure to find one that was built like a tank.
Yeah.
And that has given us 0 issues. Knock on wood.
Knock on all the wood. 0 issues with the hot tub.
Yeah.
And everyone's so excited about the hot tub.
Because we did not cheap out on the hot tub.
No.
We bought a nicer hot tub because we wanted to make sure that it would last, especially because the climate out here is very intense. But the on season here is spring and like now in November, December.
Yeah.
That's cold time. We didn't have it in the first year. And do you think it's paid off?
100%. We paid that hot tub off in November of this year.
I mean, if we had...
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll get into how
Sorry.
much we made in November of 2024, but how much we brought in that month, gross, could have bought that hot tub.
Yeah.
So who knows if it's entirely the hot tub, but we have seen from the first year into the second year, we were like, oh yeah, there was definitely a difference. And the only real thing we added was the hot tub and the patio. Into the third year, I can tell you the majority of our reviews talk about loving coming out, sitting in the hot tub, looking at the stars.
On the gazing deck.
On the
gazing deck.
Stargazing deck.
On the stargazing deck.
Yeah.
Well, you said on looking at the stars, and then I said on the gazing deck.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll leave that in.
Okay.
You know, sitting by the fireplace. So like we know those amenities matter to our guests, and we know that when we're searching and when you're searching, keep that in mind, what boxes you tick and what you're looking for. And if your property doesn't have it, you should probably add it to your property and figure out a way. To be completely honest with you, we put the hot tub on a credit card because we could not afford it at the time, but we knew we needed it for our business.
We opened a credit card specifically to purchase that hot tub.
So
you can be smart about the way you used your finances.
Yeah. I mean, as far as as a financial investment, our hot tub cleaner charges us $185 a month. He comes once a week. He does a great job. And when we need it to be, it gets drained out, which is once every couple of 4 months. We really haven't had any complaints. We do tell people to like rinse off before they go in. Don't wear, I don't know, sunscreen and all that stuff, which can lead to it being dirty. Mind you, we only house 4 people. So if you have a larger party, that could lead to maybe a dirtier hot tub, but it has really paid off for us.
Yes.
We started this journey in November of 2021. Mind you, the state of the world then was a little crazy, but we still were getting booked.
Yeah.
And our first year on Airbnb, we brought in
$38,194.
which is good. If you've been watching our channel, you've obviously seen this number if you've watched our 1 year, but we're just giving you a refresher.
This is our gross income, you guys.
Yeah.
Not net take home. This is gross income. We made $38,194, and that averaged out to about $3,182 a month.
From November 2022 to 2023, October 2023, because that would be the 12 months, we upped our game from $38,000 to $41,417, which upped our average monthly to $3,451. Was not that big of a jump. That was like $3,000 more dollars.
No, it wasn't that big of a jump. No.
It wasn't that big of a jump, but it was something.
Yeah. For our second year in business, I was very excited.
You were excited. I want to hit those high numbers. I want this house to be cash flowing. Like I want to retire, basically.
Yeah.
But you can't retire
At
in one
35.
house. So,
all right.
in 2024,
We made
$54,732.10. Bringing our monthly average up to $4,561. Now that is a good improvement.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Our monthly average went up $1,000, which is amazing. We'll break down on the screen for you how much on a spreadsheet so you can see the numbers comparatively over the months. Like we've said before, this is gross. This is all the money that came in. We had our highest month ever in March. March and November were our very highest income months ever.
Yeah.
And when we started out doing this, I wrote down, I was like, if we can ever make $7,000 a month on our Airbnb, I would be so happy. And we did that twice throughout the year. That is a huge improvement for us and I'm so excited. But looking through these numbers, Kristen and I both realized a big area that we can improve on in 2025. And it's something we've talked about on our channel before. If you look at the graph, you notice that it goes December, January, March, April, and then during the summer, it dips all the way down. Into some of the summer months we barely made, and that is not good because our mortgage and utilities and everything, like we need to cover our costs across everything. Yeah. So what we are thinking is we need to find out a way in 2025 to maximize our summer revenue. So that is going to be what we will be working on in 2025 because we don't want this.
No.
We want maybe a little hump. Yeah, we want this. Yeah.
Not that huge dip. This last summer is definitely so far the worst summer we've ever had.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, we had some of the best months we've ever had. So
yeah, so they kind of like canceled each other out in a way.
But we need to make sure we are on that upward trajectory. So 2025, we're definitely going to be reinvesting a little bit more, just a little bit to hopefully bump those months up so that we never have a summer like that again.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you got something out of this video. You realize how much money that you can make, how much potential you can have if you buy something and you stick with it and you remain consistent and you build your product up to be the best that it could be.
We come out with new videos weekly about self-managing our Airbnb 2 hours away from our house and hosting and what that's all about, all the DIYing and upgrading. We show you it all here.
And let us know in the comments down below if you think that we did a good job in 2024. Let us also know how we could do better in 2025. If you have thoughts how we can get those summer months booked, drop a comment down below.
We love chatting with you guys in the comments. We love hearing your wins and your pitfalls, and we love just kind of interacting and having that symbiotic relationship. So we are so appreciative. Thank you so much for watching. If you got to the end of this video, you're amazing. And if you want to see how we did after our first month on Airbnb, our first year or our second year, you can go back and watch those. Those are on our channel. And we will see you in our next one. Bye, guys.